Hey guys, welcome to Sam 610. So in this video, I want to read you guys something that I found very interesting for 2020. So I found this article online. I actually heard about it on the radio. When I heard it on the radio, I went online real quick and I looked it up, and I thought it'd be really cool to share with you guys. Remember, 2020, whatever I feel like is on my mind, I want to share with you guys. By the way, if you guys are new to this channel and you come across this video, please remember, hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to be notified on any upcoming videos. You never know what I might want to come up with next. You just never know. So the article is titled 8 New Digital Etiquette Rules for 2020. And this was actually written by Victoria Turk, an editor of Wired UK, and also an author of a book called Kill Reply All, A Modern Guide to Online Etiquette from Social Media to Work to Love. And by the way, guys, this is not a plug for Victoria. I just thought I would mention and give credit where credit's due. Alright, so moving on. So they list 8 new etiquette rules for 2020 for anything digitally. So, I'm going to go over this list with you. I hope you guys, enjoy it. I might comment in between each one of them. And by the way, guys, if you like any of these, or if you have any that you might want to add to this list, drop a comment. I'm interested to hear what you guys might have. Alright, so starting at number 1, punctuation can put you in the doghouse. And it goes on to say, adding punctuation, especially in text messages, makes it seem like you're doing it for emphasis, which can come off as angry. I agree with that. Sometimes, adding too much punctuation to something can usually backfire on you depending how you use it. Some people can take it the wrong way. I totally agree with that one. So, number 2, reconsider replying all. As you know, when you get emails, sometimes you reply to all. Sometimes it can be a very big mistake and can backfire on you. It says, we all know we should not do this. I do it. Actually, I think I did it earlier this week, and I know I did it in 2019. So that's just something I do. I accidentally hit reply all to something I probably shouldn't have. I didn't want somebody else to see. And instead of hitting reply, it went to everybody. And unfortunately, that person had seen it because I hit reply to all. So again, you may want to reconsider it. So number 3, email is not an instant messenger. I totally agree with that. Sometimes people type line after line after line rather doing it in paragraph format. Sometimes that gets annoying. It says, thanks to smartphones, eager emailers have come to expect near instantaneous responses. If you need a quicker answer, Turk suggests using a different medium such as a phone call. I agree, but I'm into social media and I barely answer the phone myself, so sometimes sending a quick email is good, although I don't check my personal email all the time, but I do check my work email often because that's part of what I do, so I'm always checking the email. But yes, if you want to send an email, send it, as I mentioned, in paragraph format. It just looks better. So moving on, number 4, respect downtime. And it says, your coworker probably can't help but check their emails after hours. I barely do that unless I'm working from home and I really need to. I don't have it on my phone, which is probably a good thing because you want to stay away from that. It says, which is why you shouldn't bother them. If you wouldn't expect someone to come into your office and do their job at that time, why are you expecting them to do it at home? Asked Turk. I totally agree. Like I said, unless, if you're not getting paid for it, why do it? Are you really that bored that you need to check your work email from home? I know I'm not. I got a lot of things to do, so that's not something I normally would do. Number 5, it says emojis and exclamation points are good in moderation. I do agree with that. Exclamation points and emojis are useful even in work emails, but don't go overboard. You'll come across as silly. I agree with that. Sometimes I'll do exclamation points if I do something, like if I send something like thanks, I'll send an exclamation point. No big deal. I am one for emojis. I use them on my texts and I use them in Instant Messenger. So I do use them. So I don't see anything wrong with emojis unless they're inappropriate emojis or they just totally don't agree with what you're talking about. Yes, I can see it being silly. Moving on to number 6, never ever leave a voicemail. There's absolutely no purpose for voicemails in the modern age. We are all shocked too, says Turk. If you call someone, they don't pick up, she says, consider dropping them an email or a text instead. I'll be honest with you guys, I never check my voicemails. At one point, beginning of the year, I had like 35 voicemails. I never check them on my personal phone. If you need me that bad, you know how to reach me by text, or you'll just keep calling me and eventually I'll answer. So moving on to number 7, schedule all calls even with your friends. It says, forget the surprise phone call, Turk says. In this day and age, it's downright rude. When you receive a phone call you are not expecting, it throws you off guard. I agree, unless it's a sales call or somebody not expecting. You know, sometimes I answer my phones, you never know who it could be. It could be daycare, it could be an emergency. I answer it and I get alarmed it's something else, and I just hang up on them. That's usually what I just do. She says it's almost intrusive. Instead of embracing a simple 2-step process of shooting off a quick check-in text message before you dial. 95% of the time I can be reached by text. I don't answer my phone all the time, and if you want to schedule a call, yeah, sure, whatever. Sometimes I schedule conference calls if I'm at work. Somebody needs to set something up. I'll just schedule a conference call. It's easier. But normally I can be reached by text or by email 95% of the time. So moving on to number 8, guys, last but not least, make sure to follow through in a message that needs response. The sender will not know if you saw or understood the message if you never respond. I don't know. I could disagree with that, maybe, because I hate when I get an email and it says, do you accept to read this message? You know, so-and-so wants to read your message. They want to know if you read your message or not. I don't agree with that, because sometimes you get so busy, you do read their message, you accept the notification that you send it back to them saying that you read their message response. But whatever, I usually click ignore, or I don't click the button where it sends it back to them that they see that I read their message. Same thing with text messages. I don't like to be able to see that I read somebody's text message. It's just an invasion of privacy, because maybe you're out, maybe you're driving, maybe you're doing something, you just can't get to them right away. So I really don't agree with that at all. I mean, yes, you should follow through with a response. That's the whole point of don't read and ignore. Yes, I get it. But sometimes you just can't do it. If you ignore it and you don't get back to them the next day, I really don't see a big deal with that at all. It is what it is. Everybody has a busy life, so not everybody can respond. And sometimes not every single message needs to have a response, So I don't know if I totally agree with that. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that one? Don't read and ignore. I don't know. I guess it depends what it is. If it needs an immediate response, yes, I'll reply to it. Well, that's all I have for you guys. These were the quick 8 lists that I found online and I heard on the radio, as I said, and I wanted to share this with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I gave you my opinion. Let me see your opinion. Again, if you have anything for 2020 to add to this list of 8, be my guest. And as always, guys, I hope you like this video. If you found the video of a value, please give me a like. And as always, guys, later.